Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very different next 3 weeks or so. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update about course procedures for the next few weeks, and just to kind of give you an idea of what my plan is. I know that I mentioned in the announcement that I already put up, one of my big goals is to make sure that y'all are getting the benefits of an on-site class. Everybody signed up for a Troy campus class and not an online class, even though you could have. So I want to really make sure that you're getting kind of the face-to-face time and the instruction that you were expecting to have this semester. At the same time, I think I've also tried to um, work on some ways just to make sure that we're taking into account the fact that you may, many of you won't be back on campus. Many of you are going to be at home. You may be dealing with family schedules that are not necessarily consistent with Tuesday, Thursday at 10 o'clock or 11:30. So I don't really want to have a situation where everybody is, forced to try to be available at that time. So we're going to try to be flexible and get that benefit of an online course, but also make sure that you're still getting kind of an experience that's consistent, more with face to face. So there will be some things I think for the next couple weeks that will be kind of the same. I would say that as far as there will be expectations, there will be reading assignments posted. Your homework deadlines are all going to stay exactly the same. I do want to make sure that we're all putting in the same amount of effort that we were, you know, during the beginning of the semester. This isn't kind of a mini vacation, right? We are now back on the clock. Spring break is over, so here we are back to class. So effort-wise, things are going to be the same. The course material, of course, will be the same. And I'm going to make sure, I just want you to know that my availability is the same. So now we may not be meeting face to face as far as in person, but I'm available for video conferencing. I know I gave you guys my cell number in that announcement that I posted. So you have got that, you've got email, and there's some other ways you can contact me now as well too. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. As far as things that are going to be a little bit different, I would call those kind of the course delivery, of course, will be different. The timing will be a little bit different. And then I guess what we could call kind of like best practices in terms of course success for the next few weeks. That may be a little bit different too. And so I want to go through and kind of talk about each one of those in turn. Okay. So first of all, on delivery and timing. So how are we going to do this? Um, Again, I didn't want to do where I was just doing class over video at the normal class time. Again, I don't know what your circumstances are. I don't know when or how long you're going to have access to a laptop at home. I don't know if you're trying to do this on your phone, if you've got younger siblings or something who are, making a big noise in the middle of the day, Tuesday, Thursday. I don't want that to be a concern for you. So what I'm going to do is put together some videos with lectures on course material. Um, you'll be able then to watch those whenever is convenient for you. I will probably try to do them in shorter chunks, so it's not going to be like a full-on hour and 15-minute course. I'll kind of break up the topics and give you kind of a range of videos. So hopefully you'll be able to find something that you can watch kind of no matter how much time you have available. So you may have some videos that are longer, 20 minutes, half an hour. I may do a few videos here and there that are 5-minute, 10-minute, just little chunks on, particular concepts that we're covering, just one little topic, one little topic, one little topic, and then you may have a more extended discussion in certain other videos. And so again, that should, help you if you've got a few minutes free, you should be able to just pull up and kind of maybe pick one of the shorter videos. When you have a little bit more time to sit down, you can watch something that's longer. So I'm going to start getting those posted. My husband and I are both, having to coordinate because obviously K through 12 schools are closed, daycares are closed. So we're trying to both coordinate, when to record our videos. but we're going to try to kind of front load them as much as possible. So I hopefully will be able to get a kind of several of them done at once and then kind of post them in big chunks so that you can kind of go at your own pace and have something to watch. Now on Thursdays, what I want to do is basically to set up a meeting, kind of a virtual video conference type of a meeting at our normal class time. So at my 10 o'clock class, we will meet 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock or 11:30 class. We'll do 11:30 Central. We may not go the whole class time. These are going to be completely optional sessions. So again, I don't want anybody in a situation where you're trying to juggle your family schedule and feel like you need to be there for class. I will even record those sessions. So if you can't make it, you can go back and watch it later. But I want to do kind of just a Q&A, do some discussion. I may walk through some examples or kind of hypotheticals based on the class material that we've been studying. So that'll give us a chance to have that kind of class experience for those of you who are able to attend, and just kind of get some feedback on how you're understanding things in kind of a, more face-to-face type of a setting. But again, that's totally optional. I'm certainly not going to be, taking attendance or whatever, and you can go back later on and watch if you want to do that. Let's see, readings are going to be posted in modules just like usual. The other thing that I'm going to be doing too is I'm going to provide the full course outline for the entire rest of the semester now. So it will have in there, it'll have copied down all the material that we've already covered up until now, and then all of the material that will take us through for the entire rest of the semester, especially with us not having the advantage of kind of meeting twice a week face to face and having that kind of consistency. I want to make sure that you guys have kind of the material and the resources that you need at home to kind of make sense of the class as a whole. So instead of waiting until right before an exam to do like the topic outline and give you just for the next exams, I'm going to give you everything kind of all at once. So you'll have something to follow along with, and you can kind of see where we're going. All right. So that kind of covers us on the changes to delivery and timing of the course. I do want to also touch on some new resources that will be available for however long we're doing this online kind of a format. So one thing that I have now posted on Canvas, and so you maybe have already seen those, I have posted 2 new discussion boards. And so one of them is for any material that's related to the class. One of them is just kind of a general discussion board if you just need an outlet to vent, if you just want to talk about, oh my gosh, like we couldn't find toilet paper at the store, stuff is crazy. That's just kind of like your outlet for just kind of chatting about the very strange and weird situation that we're in. So I wanted to have something like that we can kind of keep a little bit more casual. As far as the discussion board on class material goes, if you have questions as you are watching the video lectures or you're going through your readings, if there's something that you don't understand, ask in there. I will come in and monitor that board daily to give answers, but also I would encourage you guys to monitor. And if you know the answer to a question, if there's something that you understand really well, go ahead and take a shot at explaining a topic to one of your classmates. I've told you guys over and over and over, I really think teaching the material to somebody else is one of the best ways to study, and it's one of the best ways to learn it yourself. So if you feel pretty good, if you feel like you can give a good answer in your own words, or maybe, if you've seen an article somewhere that you think would help to answer the question, post a link to the article, or post an answer in your own words. If absolute worst comes to worst, if you have an answer in there that maybe is not 100% accurate, I can come along and provide any corrections or any information that's needed, and that way you've got both the student asking the question and the student providing the answer. Now both of you have we're making sure that both of you are understanding the material. So feel free to do that for sure. If you see news articles that are law related, talking about something that we've studied in class, post a link to it, and just post a little, give us a little summary, or just post a link, tell us what topic it's related to. That's a great way to work on applying class material. So you can do that. You can do, if you are studying on your own and you just Google a particular topic, if you've come across an article that you think is really helpful, post that, share it with the class. So there's kind of a lot of things that we can do with that discussion board. I will tell you, I do teach online, and I have seen, discussion boards are a big component of any online class because it's kind of one of the main ways that we get the interaction that we get in a face-to-face class. But I can tell you, I have seen some absolutely fantastic discussions in my online classes that have been just as interesting, just as engaging as face-to-face discussions. So I think if we can all really, check that daily, really, really make use of those discussion boards, that's something that we can really, really get a lot out of. But it does take really widespread participation in order for it to be helpful and to be worthwhile. Okay. Oh, another thing too is it looks to me like we're having ASAs, academic service associates, assigned to our classes. This is a resource that's usually available for online classes. But I think under the circumstances and because everything is online now, they're kind of sharing the ASAs with the on-site classes. This is an absolutely fantastic resource to have available. You should see an announcement come up about this at some point. I would expect to see something. You may already see a discussion board that's listed as Ask the ASA. She is available basically for any like non-course material course procedure question. If you've got a question about something in the syllabus or an exam date or the course material or whatever, that's all me. You should be contacting me for that. If you have questions about registration, about really almost anything at all, if you are having, issues trying to find help with Canvas or something along those lines, go into that ASA board, or you may end up, again, if an announcement gets posted, our ASA is Beth Sasser. She should, I would expect she would give you her contact information directly, but get in touch with her. The ASAs are a fantastic resource. She knows like everything, and if there is anything that she doesn't know, she will know exactly who to go and ask. She has been just a tremendous help in my online classes, and so I'm really excited that it looks like we're going to have that resource available too, at least while we're in this online situation. So don't be afraid to reach out to her. She's really good help. Okay, final, let's see. All right, two more main points to cover. One of them is just some general kind of reminders and tips for online learning, just to kind of touch on a few things that may be a little bit different, especially if you've never taken an online class before. One thing to get into the habit of is please make sure that you are checking Canvas daily. The best way that I'm going to have to be able to communicate with all of you is through Canvas announcements. So please make sure that you're checking Canvas, watching for new material to get posted, whether it's reading assignments or video lectures or whatever, and be sure that you're getting email notifications from Canvas for our class. I know that the temptation is there. I know we all get overwhelmed with emails, and I know a lot of people will go in and kind of turn a lot of those notifications off. I have done it myself for various Canvas courses that I've been involved in. But this is a situation where you really, really want to make sure that you're getting those notifications. As many things as you can do to make sure that you're staying on top of this and seeing new material, please do that. Again, check Canvas daily, but have that backup. Make sure you're getting notifications in case you forget or you get busy or whatever. And that way, if an announcement gets posted, you can make sure that you're getting an email saying, hey, and you see this right away. And in addition to that, when you go in, I know I had mentioned the new discussion boards. Make sure that you are actually subscribed to those discussion boards. And so again, that'll help make sure that if you've got classmates who are posting questions, or if I'm sitting and posting answers to stuff, that you'll see those. If I know that if one person in the class has a question, there's a good chance that there's other students in the class with the same question. And that's part of what we can do with that discussion board, is make sure that if I'm answering and giving some information to help somebody on a particular topic, everybody else is going to get the advantage of that too. And of course, that's what we would have if you guys were asking questions in class. And so we want to make sure we have that even though we're online. Okay, my last little just kind of tip is, I know it's going to be difficult, and because I know everybody's circumstances are different. I know that because of that, we're not doing, the exact Tuesday, Thursday kind of schedule that we have been doing. But my overall kind of general tip would be, as much as it's possible, try to give yourself a schedule. Try to kind of keep your routine as normal as possible, as if we were all back on campus and all back to a normal semester. I, I know that in the temptation may be there to say, hey, extended spring break. But online classes, it is, with classes that are totally online, it's just very easy for things to kind of get away from you very, very quickly. So make sure, try to make sure that you're like getting up at the same time you would normally be getting up if you were on campus and going to class, and getting ready at the same time. Again, you're checking Canvas, you're engaging with the class, every single day. Don't let things get away from you, and don't get too out of your the kind of good habits that you have while you're on campus, while you're having a normal semester. This is not the time when, hey, it's a Monday night and, I can stay up now until 4 a.m. and watch Netflix or whatever because I don't have to get up for class in the morning. Try to go to bed at the same time. Try to make sure you're like eating at normal times. I mean, I know this stuff sounds very kind of, a little bit, I'm not trying to be like insulting and oversimplify things. But it's just when you're off of a routine, it's really easy to just kind of like let things go. And that's going to make it a lot harder to stay on top of stuff. So try to keep your normal routines. And then obviously, above all, please everybody stay healthy. All right, final announcement. And you should see this come up on Canvas. I'll go ahead and post this at some point later today so that you can see these dates written down. I did go ahead and schedule the next 2 exams. Of course, your final exam, that date and time will not change. That's set by the university. But our exam 2, we're going to hold on April 2nd, which is a Thursday. So that will be the end of our last totally online week. And then our exam 3 is going to be on April 28th, which is the Tuesday before Dead Day. I think the advantage to doing it that way, yeah, you'll have exam 3 and the final kind of back to back. But the benefit to that is you'll have already studied for a big chunk of what's on the final. And because the final is comprehensive, you've already spent all this time studying for exam 3 right before Dead Day. You'll be able to have more time when you're focusing on exam studying to go back and study the material for exams 1 and 2, which you'll need to do. And then the exam 3 material should hopefully still be very fresh in your mind, and you'll just need a brief review. Okay. All right. So that is basically it for this little intro video today. As far as what comes next in the grand scheme of things, I don't think we really know at this point. This is obviously kind of an unprecedented situation. I know that this is very different from what any of us expected we would be dealing with at the beginning of this semester. What I can tell you is, we may not know what's next, But either way, whether this online period ends on April 6th as scheduled, if it gets extended, whatever happens for the rest of this semester, it will be okay. We will work this out. I think our plan that we have in place now is set up so that if we come back April 6th, just as planned and everything is perfectly fine, it'll let us just kind of pick right up where we left off, and we'll start, we'll have already done exam 2, and so we'll come back to class and we'll start getting ready for exam 3. Um, if the period of being online is extended, I think what the schedule that we have now is something that we'll be able to just maintain, throughout for as long as we need to. We shouldn't have to modify that too much. So I think, I think either way, it'll work out. I think we just all have to be kind of flexible, and definitely work together, stay engaged, stay in touch. If you're having issues at all, if you're having problems, please let me know. Please stay in touch. Use those discussion boards. Text me whenever. Like I said, if I'm asleep, I have that thing. It's already scheduled to go on silent. So, like, you're not going to wake me up. I'm not going to be pissed because, you woke me up at midnight or whatever. Just send me a text at 2 in the morning. I don't care. I'll write back as soon as I wake up. Of course, obviously, email. We still all have email, so that is an option too. But yeah, just make sure that you're staying engaged, stay in touch. I don't want to have anybody fall by the wayside. I don't want to lose everybody because we're online now instead of on site. So hang in there with me. We'll get it all worked out, and just let me know if you have questions, and just watch for some new material to be posted on Canvas. There should be some stuff going up today, and then in the next few days, hopefully I'll be able to get a good kind of bank of lectures going so that you guys can start kind of watching that lecture material, and doing your readings kind of like we would normally be doing. Okay, so all right, that's it for today, guys. I will talk to you all very soon, and have a very good Monday. All right.